Our step king, Mafina, is still a baby. He is being raised in a herd and growing up day by day. Our savanna is a vibrant and colorful world. You will see herds of zebras running in long lines, antelopes dancing across the grasslands, giraffes stretching their necks to eat the leaves of the tallest trees, and the occasional leopard lurking in the bushes, patiently waiting for its prey. But not everything is as peaceful as it seems. The savanna is also the scene of daily battles for survival. As lions, we often face formidable enemies. One of them is the spotted hyena. They have a bad reputation: thieves, scavengers, and those who are always waiting to steal our hunting efforts. But make no mistake, hyenas are not just cowards. When they travel in packs, they become a real threat, even to us, the kings of the savanna. A male lion in our pride was surrounded by a pack of more than 15 hyenas. At first, he tried to fight back, but they were too numerous and aggressive. The hyenas came closer, encircling him tighter, and I could see the confusion in his eyes. It was the first time I saw a king of the savanna feel so scared and desperate. But then something miraculous happened. Another male lion in our pride appeared, charging into battle with a thunderous roar. The two lions coordinated their attacks, and the hyenas realized that they had no chance of winning. They quickly ran away, leaving behind a memorable lesson for both sides. Sometimes we have to fight not only to protect our territory, but also to keep our meals. Individual hyenas are not a threat, but when they travel in packs, they become a real challenge. However, we, lions, are never easily defeated. Courage and strength are what we pride ourselves on. And in this world where only the strong survive, we are not only hunters but also symbols of resilience and dominance. We lions don't often hunt alone. Unity is the pride's greatest strength. We work together in perfect harmony, silently approaching our prey from multiple directions. Once we're within range, we strike with lightning speed, powerful runs, precise pounces, all within minutes. And then the poor prey has no chance of escape. Such hunts not only provide food for the whole pride, but also demonstrate our incredible strength. When we work together, we can even take down giants like elephants or giraffes. But our favorite food is still wildebeest, the ideal prey because they are not too big, and sometimes I can take them down alone. In the Serengeti, where I live, there are millions of wildebeest. The calves and newborns are especially easy targets. I remember one time, hungry, I hid in the low grass waiting for an opportunity. The calves were running around nearby, unaware that they were being watched. In a flash, I darted out like a flash. The calves had no time to react, and in a split second, it was all over. It was an easy but important meal for me. Life on the savanna is like that, a series of hunts, waiting, and decisive moments. But through strength, unity, and hunting skills, we, the lions, maintain our position as kings of the savanna. And no matter how difficult it is, I am proud to be part of this mighty pride. With the buffalo, she did not act alone. Several lionesses in the pride joined forces to organize an attack. I stood at a distance and watched, feeling the tension in the air. The lionesses surrounded the buffalo. Each attack was so intense that the buffalo gradually became exhausted. But I learned that on the savanna, nothing is certain. Just when it seemed that victory was in hand, the buffalo suddenly rose up with all its remaining strength. It counterattacked strongly, surprising and panicking the lionesses. The scene made me both afraid and admiring. The buffalo, although seriously injured, still fought with a strong will to live. In the end, the lionesses had to retreat, leaving the buffalo victorious in pain but full of pride. I returned to the herd with an empty stomach and a valuable lesson. Hunting is not always successful, and life on this savanna is always a constant battle between life and death. But through it all, I understand that strong will and determination can create miracles. Hunger is a formidable enemy, and sometimes it forces us to do the unexpected. Normally, we lions do not target elephants. They are too big, too strong, and too dangerous. But when our stomachs are empty and our energy is depleted, the pride has no other choice. That day, I saw the lionesses in the pride following a herd of elephants on the move. After a long period of patience, they found an opportunity. A baby elephant that had been separated from the herd. Immediately, more than 10 lionesses rushed in, attacking from all sides. The baby elephant fought fiercely, making painful calls, hoping that its mother and the herd would come back to save it. But the herd had gone too far, and no one came back. The baby elephant gradually became exhausted from the strong bites and close coordination of the lionesses. When it was all over, the baby elephant lay motionless, and the pride finally had a meal after long days of hunger. I felt both pleased that my herd had survived and also sad for the poor elephant. That is how nature works. Life and death go hand in hand, and every species on the savanna must fight to survive. Today it is the baby elephant, tomorrow it could be us. The savanna is fair, but also extremely cruel. On the savanna, hunting is not just a way to survive, but also an art, a strategy built on coordination, patience, and courage. When hunting, our pack always relies on the strength of the collective. The lionesses, the main hunters, will take on the main task. First, we will observe and choose the target. These are usually weak, old, or young prey, those who cannot run fast or easily separate from the pack. Once the target is chosen, we begin to approach. Patience is the key factor. The lionesses will move gently, slowly through the tall grass, keeping themselves out of sight of the prey. Not a sound, not a wasted movement. Everything is calculated. When the distance is close enough, the attack will be launched. Several lionesses will rush from different directions, forming a circle, making it impossible for the prey to escape. Powerful pounces, precise bites to the neck or flanks, would quickly end any hope of resistance from the prey. But the hunt was not always successful. There were times when the prey was too fast, or they ran into difficult terrain, making it impossible for us to catch up. And there were times when the prey resisted strongly, such as large buffaloes or zebras, forcing our herd to retreat to avoid casualties. Another important lesson we learned was never to hunt recklessly. Large prey, such as elephants, hippos, or rhinos, were only chosen when absolutely necessary and when the herd had enough members to coordinate. We knew the limits of our strength and never took unnecessary risks. However, sometimes hunger forced us to test our limits. At those times, our herd had to unite more than ever, because on this savanna, only close coordination could help us survive. Hunting is a battle for survival, but it is also a testament to the intelligence, strength, and teamwork of our lions. And whether successful or not, each hunt is a valuable lesson for us to continue to survive in this harsh land. In the endless lands of the Dark Continent, there is a giant creature that we always respect, the African elephant. They are the largest land animals in the world, weighing up to 5 tons and standing about 4 meters tall. Although they are large and fierce-looking, these giants have a purely vegetarian diet, living on grass, leaves, and fruits. They spend most of their time wandering the savanna, eating and communicating with each other with their loud roars. But do not mistake their gentleness for weakness. Once provoked, even we, the most formidable predators, are wary. We, the lions, rarely think of confronting them. This is not only because of their impressive size, but also because of the solidarity of the elephant herd. A herd of elephants protects each other with all their strength, and even a lone elephant can cause us great trouble. White rhinos, formidable giants, can weigh up to 3 tons, and don't let their taciturn appearance fool you. They are much fiercer than they look. With strength like a tank, rhinos are opponents that we, as predators, must also be wary of. In the savannah, we not only have to face predators on land, but we also have to be wary of dangerous people lurking below the surface of the water. Crocodiles. They are ancient creatures, surviving for millions of years, and I must admit that their patience and hunting ability is terrifying. An ill-fated impala was attacked by a crocodile. It was just bending down to drink water to quench its burning thirst, but in the blink of an eye, the crocodile's sharp teeth locked its leg. The sudden attack was so fast that no one had time to react. The antelope struggled, trying to escape with all its strength. The crocodile did not let go easily, and its jagged teeth tightened even more, pulling its prey into the water. Strangely enough, after many efforts, the antelope was able to escape. It staggered ashore, exhausted but alive. I don't know how it does it. Perhaps a miracle. In our world, where every living thing has to fight to survive, there are those who are truly special. One of them is the honey badger, an animal that knows no fear. Honey badgers love honey, and even though African honeybees are fierce nest defenders with stings as painful as fire, honey badgers do not back down. It passed through the guard army, claiming the sweet booty. But it's not just honey. The honey badger eats everything it finds, from tiny rock mice hiding in thorn bushes to terrifying creatures like scorpions and poisonous snakes. It was stabbed by a scorpion or bitten by a poisonous snake and seemed to have collapsed. But after 2 hours, it stood up again as if nothing had happened. As for hippos, these herbivorous giants have a gentle appearance but are extremely ferocious. With a weight of up to 4 tons, they spend most of their time underwater, only coming to land to feed. But if you encroach on their territory, watch out. I once witnessed a crocodile being violently attacked by a hippo when it swam too close. Even giants like rhinos don't want to confront hippos. African armored cricket. They cannot fly or jump, but they are dangerous predators. I have seen them attack red-billed weaverbird nests. The hungry flock of armored crickets was quickly approaching. They climb trees, targeting weak young birds. A cricket falls from a high place, but instead of dying, it becomes a meal for its own species. The crickets rushed in to bite and tear, not caring that they were their accomplices. Snake-catching bird, a special predatory creature. Unlike other birds that attack from the air, snakebirds hunt on the ground. With a height of more than 1.5 meters and long, powerful legs, they roam the steppe, hunting snakes and rodents. When detecting prey, the snake-catching bird launches powerful kicks with its sharp, clawed feet. With just one blow, it can defeat a poisonous snake or break the spine of its prey. I used to watch from afar, and truly, its attack was like a deadly dance. Snake-catching birds not only hunt well, but are also very attached to their partners. They build nests together in small trees, and their nests can last for many years. I think that, even though they are not apex predators like us, their patience and strength are still worthy of admiration. Every year in the African grasslands, one of nature's most magical things takes place, the wildebeest migration season. Every year, herds of wildebeest leave the dry grasslands to look for grass and water, one of the essential elements for their survival, in another land and then return to their starting place as a group. Laws of nature. The distance they traveled on the journey was about 3,200 kilometers long, along with the birth of about 250,000 baby antelopes, as well as the death of some others along the arduous journey. Did the wildebeests encounter anything? There is little danger of death, but nothing can make them change, and these migrations have been going on for thousands of years. The wildebeest is a special creature in shape, as if it is a natural assembly with countless shapes of other creatures to create this animal. The wildebeest looks like a wildebeest. The comedian is very funny on stage. They are an extremely charming and humorous creature. May is the signal time for wildebeests. Knowing that they will soon embark on a massive migration, the rainy season is over and the breeding season for wildebeests begins, and so the males test each other's strength on the grassland. Male antelopes, with all their might, must fight to keep the territory on which there are females waiting to mate. It marks its boundary by passing its horns through the grass as a warning to other males. Normally, wildebeest fights are not very intense because they occasionally need to stop fighting to be wary of large predators like leopards or lions. In June, wildebeests are no longer chaotic, but are divided into clear groups with unclear boundaries. Each such group includes many females under the command of a male. In order to gain this commanding position, the male must always demonstrate himself through ruthless battles, and all of that is no exception. The goal is to ensure that the gazelles born next year are the offspring of the best fathers. In the grasslands, wildebeests are prey for leopards and lions, but because their numbers are quite similar, this does not affect their survival, but also helps them eliminate weak individuals in the herd. In the summer, when the ground began to crack, more than 1 million animals retreated from Sengi to begin the true journey north, sending clouds of dust across the wildebeest grasslands. Going from kilometer to kilometer and then passing through the scrub forests in the north, there is more rain, so the grasslands are also greener, and when they find the land where wildebeest live, they stop and mark the spots. New boundary before continuing on the road. By July, the wildebeests had reached the western part of Sengi. They are getting closer to the shores of lakes and rivers, which are gradually moving away from their reach. Every 2 or 3 days, wildebeests have to drink water at the river's edge, and crocodiles take advantage of this opportunity to grab a few of them. The jostling and pushing from behind the animals caused some of them to wade straight into the water and fall into the crocodile's ambush. Wild wildebeests move towards the north in herds, and wherever they go, they leave a clear mark on the ground. In August, dry rivers are filled with water by storms in the high mountains, blocking the migration path of wildebeest. Although they were excellent swimmers, the force of the water was so strong that they swept them away one by one. Some other old and weak animals, along with their young ones, were buried in mud puddles on the riverbank, and they never emerged again. Most of the wildebeests made it across to the other side of the river, but a few of them did not. During this migration, there are up to millions of wildebeests, as well as many young animals that will be born, making the loss of individuals insignificant, and a very small number having to stay behind for the journey, long for crocodiles and vultures to nibble. In September, the grass in the fields becomes yellow and withered under the summer sun and then caught fire. This is the time when Sengi is engulfed in smoke and fire, and there is not a year when the grass does not burn. Although the fires did not harm the wildebeest's bodies, the grass they needed became difficult to find. The herds fall into hardship and need. There is no other choice. Gazelles can travel as far as the Mara River and the steeps that form the northern boundary of the Serengeti. On the 320-kilometer journey, they traveled quickly over thousands of kilometers to reach land they hoped would have lush grass. When an antelope stumbles along the path, it becomes a feast for vultures and other scavengers. In the north, the antelopes find more food, but they also have to face new predators. Young antelopes often die from the hunting skills of jaguars, and a leopard often kills very quickly. Many antelopes eviscerate their intestines at the same time and then carry them up high trees to eat gradually. In October, the rains finally come and revive the ground, bringing hope to the wildebeests and many other animals. In the south, the grasslands are starting to look lush again, signaling a suitable time for the herds to return. There is too much rain in the north, causing many areas to be flooded, and the wildebeest cannot linger any longer because they will be at risk of falling ill when they return. One of the diseases commonly found in wildebeest migration is rotation disease, which is mainly caused by flies laying maggots in its nose. Normally, these maggots will be thrown to the ground with a strong breath, but sometimes one crawls back up to the brain, disrupting the victim's balance. Then the unfortunate gazelle will have to spin around until it dies of exhaustion. When an animal is sick, its unusual behavior will attract the attention of sharp predators such as hyenas or wild dogs, and they will often end the victim's life before it falls. Because of illness, the newly born cubs were born and raised in a land with many enemies. The baby antelope only has a few minutes to stand up and practice running. After 5 minutes, it can stand, and after about 15 minutes, it can run as fast as its mother. In 1 year, more than 250,000 wildebeests are born like that, and there is still a long way to go before the end of the journey, as well as the adults who also face many dangers. On the way back, the wildebeest herd had to cross large lakes. The overcrowding of the herd created unprecedented chaos, leading to many baby gazelles losing their mothers. When the mother discovered that her baby could not keep up, she decided to swim around to look for her baby, and such stray back and forth swimming trips continued to happen. The cubs look for their mother. The mother cubs look for their cubs. They swim past each other somewhere in the middle of the lake. When swimming across the lake, those that are already weak become even weaker and fall to the bottom of the lake. That is a natural law because if there were not a number of antelopes lost in soot migration, they would spread throughout the grasslands. Because of the overcrowding, the bodies of dead antelopes in the lake become abundant habitat food for pink birds and fish. The wildebeest herds finally return to their places of origin in April, and soon a new reckless march begins again.